Hello, this is Katie Dobbins.
Katie Dobbins, how are you? Yes, a little bird known as EZG told us you might be calling. How are you?
Oh, good. I was hoping you were expecting me. I'm
Oh,
doing well. How are you?
good. So what's been going on? Give us the update on your music career.
Oh, man, what a time to be in music. It's been so interesting. And the good news is that it being summer and outdoor shows being a safe option, feels safe to me to be outside.
hmm
I have been able to perform again, which has been so exciting and soul filling. And I have an outdoor show coming up actually in Boston on September 11th, which I'm really excited about. So that's my biggest update is just like the ability to see human faces again and
Yeah.
see people's reaction to my music and not just hear it. I mean, I've done a lot of live shows on Facebook and YouTube, and I love reading the comments, and people have made those really fun too. But there's just something different about being in person, as I'm sure you all know. So that's been really fun.
Absolutely. Online, you've been doing like a regular thing, right? Every week, the Starlight Lounge or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So I think last time I was on here, which was a little bit ago, I had just launched my Patreon page, which if people haven't heard of Patreon, it's like a subscription that you can do for independent singer-songwriters or artists, and you can support them on a monthly basis. And then in return, you get some cool like VIP access things. So I've been doing a monthly kind of residency out of my Patreon page, or what I call the Starlight Lounge. So that's been really fun too. And I do some stuff too, just like on Facebook and YouTube. But the big show that I do every month is there in the Patreon page.
Yeah, yeah. Was that something you started when the pandemic hit, or is that something you were already doing?
That is something I started so I made the shift into full-time music making in February or March of this year. And so one of the first things I did is launch that kind of virtual space, I guess, once I made that shift and I had the time to really devote to a consistent online presence.
Yeah. Well, when you made the
Yeah.
when you made the shift into being a full time musician, I mean, was there a part of you that, with with the way the pandemic was going, did you ever have a moment where you go, oh, maybe this wasn't the right time for this?
I really didn't. I had those moments leading up to my decision, but I'm the kind of person who, when I make a decision, it's like years in the making.
Yeah.
So I like hemmed and hawed and prayed over this decision so much. And by the time I made it, I was so confident that this was the right thing to do that even though it's weird, like even though it seems like a crazy time to do something like that, it almost made it more exciting. I know
Yeah.
that sounds kind of silly, but I was like, no, this is the time, this is the decision, and I don't know, we're just going to see what happens. But
Right.
it's been interesting for sure. And a lot of people are like, really now? And I'm like, I guess so.
Yeah. You got to play the hand you're dealt, and no, good for you for sticking with it and not second guessing, but
Yeah,
just
and I mean, here's the thing. There's never a perfect time to do something. Like sometimes and for me, this decision, it felt like there have always been reasons for me to not pursue my passion 100%. And there's always been like things standing in the way. And so for me, it just felt like, well, of course, there's another thing standing in the way, but that's always going to be the case. So I'm just going to do it.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
exciting.
yeah. What drove you to make the I mean, did it just feel like the right time to become a full-time musician? Because that is a big step, when you're used to, working and playing music on the side, to really go for it as a full-time career. I mean, that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
taking
for
the
sure.
pandemic, even taking the
I had
pandemic out of it.
Yeah, there's so many contributing factors to the decision, but it's something that I had been wanting to do for at least a couple years before I did it. And then there were some added technicalities that I won't get into, but with the whole outbreak of the pandemic, and I had relocated from Boston back home to New Hampshire. And so there
Oh,
were some practical things too that made it feel like, you know what, I think now is a crazy time and it's as good a time as ever to do this thing that I've been wanting to do for so long.
yeah, yeah. No, very good. Very
And
good.
yeah. And I do want to say too, so there's I don't, hopefully people listening and hopefully I'm sure you've heard of the New England Music Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a ton of awesome names nominated for Best of State in New Hampshire this year. I was lucky enough to get on the list,
Oh,
and the voting for that closes tomorrow. So anyone who's listening, I encourage you to check out that list. It's nemusicawards.com/vote. And there's all kinds of categories. And then one of the categories is Best in State New Hampshire. Myself and a bunch of other people are nominated. So I'd love for you to take a minute and vote. It's super fast, super easy.
that's let's give us that website one more time, Katie. I want to make sure people get it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's NE as in New England, musicawards.com/vote.
Okay, cool. And I just pulled it up here on my browser so I can remind people again later in the show. Excellent, excellent. Are you playing out? I mean, how many shows are you doing in a month? Are you playing pretty steady now that things have opened back up?
I've been a little slower than some to start with the live shows. I had an outdoor show in Concord, New Hampshire recently that was really fun, and I have the outdoor show in Boston coming up on September 11th. There's going to be music all day Saturday and all day Sunday. It's part of the Boston Arts Festival, so
Oh,
that'll be really fun. And other than that, it's just been consistent things online.
yeah.
So the best way to find me is on Facebook at Katie Dobbins Music, Instagram, and then I'm always putting new videos and content out on my YouTube page too.
By the way, and I think I asked you this the last time we talked, but I can't remember what you said about it. The podcast that you were doing, Let the Music Set You Free, is that done, or are you still doing that?
So that I've kind of took an extended break on that, but I really miss it. And so I'm in the process right now of reimagining what it's going to look like, but I am bringing it back this fall. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll be posting about that on all of my music pages, but there is also a separate Let the Music Set You Free page on Facebook and Instagram that I'll be posting specifically just things related to the podcast. So I've already been lining up some guests, and the exciting change that I want to do with it moving forward is making it about the music, but also making it about giving back to organizations who are helping set people free with tangible resources, throughout New England. And so I'm super excited about that. And yeah, it's still in the organizing phase, but it's coming back this September. So
Outstanding. All right, very good.
yeah.
And where are your next shows? Do you have anything specific you wanted to plug that you've got coming up in the area or anywhere?
Yeah, definitely. If anyone is listening who enjoys worship music and prayer, it's not really what I do. Like, that's not, I guess, how I would market my music most of the time. But I have been doing short kind of Christian music sets on the first Wednesday of every month online. And then in addition to that, I have the Boston Arts Festival show coming up on Saturday, September 11th. I'm playing at noon, and that is really exciting. It's the only live show I have on my calendar right now. I know it's a little bit of a drive from Manchester. If anybody wants to check it out, that should be fun. And then I have my next online show where I'll be playing my original songs on Patreon as part of my monthly Starlight Lounge residency I'm doing. That's coming up on September 20th. And to join, it's not a ticketed event. You just have to be part of the lounge or part of my Patreon page, which starts at only $2 a month. So It's a really, easy way, I guess, to support me and what I'm doing, but also get to go to those shows and stuff for really whatever amount. You can kind of choose your donation amount there. So
Gotcha. No, that's wonderful. Absolutely. All right, Katie. Well, listen, thank you for calling in. And I think what I'm going to do is at the end of the call, I'm going to play this song "Starlights." It's really a
cool.
very, very pretty song. I think that'll be a nice way to wrap up. But again, the website is katieDobbinsmusic.com.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. And that's got all your social media links and everything on it, obviously. So, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, it's a one-stop shop for sure.
Outstanding. All right, Katie, thank you so much. Congratulations on everything. Good luck with the awards. And, we'll make sure to give that website out again during the show. And thank you for the call today.
Thanks so much. Thanks for letting me call in, and have a great rest of your show.
All right, Katie. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.